Jessica Chastain called me after we had worked together a few years prior and said, I'm putting a project together and literally a team of actors, and we're going to do this movie my way, our way, sort of, and approach it from a real creative kind of perspective, and there's a role in it, and you should take a look at it. And I did, and I saw who was involved and who I would get to play opposite of, and the rest was pretty much a no-brainer. Well, he's a guy who's been doing it for a while. He's been in that game for a while, pretending to be other people, leading double lives, and he's also a person, as a result of it, without sort of a real past or a real sense of family, and kind of he's a bit of a ghost in his own life. And I think as I looked back and researched some of what goes into this sort of line of work, you tend to find that a lot of people who are undercover agents, undercover cops, or spies, whatever, are always having to live this double life, and the question becomes, how far does that go, before it becomes your reality, and are you living that life, or is that life living you? And so he was an interesting character from that perspective, and I just wanted to explore that more. Generally, I would say it's in that world of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, another Simon Kinberg movie, and sort of this tug of war, this tension between them, which also contributes to why they're such good partners, and why they get linked on missions together, because they have to pretend to be in a relationship, married, whatnot, and they're pretty successful at it. And again, one of the things in the movie that we explore is how often that pretend life becomes real life and whatnot. So actually very freeing. I mean, when you first think about it, obviously there's a little bit of nerves, I guess, for me, only because I know I want to show up as prepared as possible, and I know that's what's coming at me. And but then once you're in the scene with somebody like that, who's just looking at how do I make the scene better, and responding in the moment, like to you, off of her partner, then it just becomes like a dance, and it can always end up being new each time you do it. Take after take, there's a new variation on something you didn't pick up before. And so I guess it just sort of keeps you on your toes when you're opposite somebody as experienced as she is. The main thing that stuck out to me, the main two things were, we had a lot of prep time, which was a month before we started shooting. That doesn't usually happen anymore as much. And then we were on location a lot of the time. We didn't, there was some green screen stuff, but there was a lot of stuff that was literally happening then and there. I mean, that whole chase sequence when I'm chasing Edgar was just like all across Paris. And it's pretty wild when you're running across one of the most beautiful cities in the world. So it's unique.